Thank you.
All right. So Ben and Kofi, Mr. Afre, Mr. Samuasian, they are here to answer any question you have. If you are a customer of Gold Coast Securities, or you know someone who is a customer of Gold Coast Securities and you have not received your monies yet. But let's hear the story of Michael, who told us how, in fact, the whole relationship with Gold Coast began.
I'm the type that when it comes to investment or that stuff, I'm not interested. Why? Because when I'm a civil servant, my money is not something that is so that to the extent of investing some. So I don't do that investment until
not so huge.
Not so huge, thank you. Until I started working with the ministry that I'm working now, that's Ministry of Finance. And one of their advocacy that they've been doing is to encourage Ghanaians to save and invest. So against this backdrop, I was like, okay, I need to try to invest something. So I had a friend who had by then already investing with Gold Coast Security. They had other, investment company, but my friend was investing with Gold Coast Security. So he introduced the idea to me. Not that just listen to my friend, but I went to the internet, Google, read about Gold Coast Security. And here's the case I got to know, it was Indum, Papa was Indum, who, in charge of all this. And from their track records, give the evidence or information that, well, there's a good thing that I can do. So that was 2016, I started my investment. I first started with they have the Gold Mutual. And what I did was, I had opportunity of traveling to Japan to pursue my master's. So I made a standing order from my bank to every month deduct into this fund on my behalf, because I was with the view that if I should go and then the money should be sitting in that account, it's not the interest is not that, but at least investing it will bring something good or substantial. So from then I started this thing. 2016. I went to my school, I came back, as we speak, my brother, I started chasing my money. And it has been as hell for me. I didn't only do the mutual fund, but I did the structured finance as well.
Okay.
Good, I did the structured finance. And one interesting thing, my brother, I would like you to know is this. Could you believe I encourage my friends, my family, everybody, but more especially my wife. She's not that investment. I managed to encourage my wife, Kwese, to do investments with Gold Coast. So I even took her to the bank, withdrew the money, and then took it to Gold Coast. I didn't end there. My mother-in-law, a pensioner. I didn't even talk to my wife, but I went straight to my mother-in-law. I took the old lady to the bank. She took her money to Gold Coast. I didn't end there. My in-law, my wife's brother, a senior man. So aside my friends, my immediate family, as we speak, these are the records. The tune of about 200,000 Ghana cedis is now with Gold Coast. And since we started, all of us started the investment, we've not even gone for a penny. My principal, let alone the interest, everything is there. You can imagine the situation in my house now, my brother.
What's the situation in the house now?
Your guess is good as mine. The old woman cannot tell you that what you've done, I don't like it. But you should know. As we speak, the old woman is in the house, taking care of my 1.5-year-old son. I'm a father of 3. My mother is alive, my father is alive. They all depend on me. In less than 20 years, the government will ask me to go on retirement. What do I have?
Michael Lamte tells us here that this is how he entered into the relationship, if I can call it that, with Gold Coast Securities. We'll hear a bit more of him when he tells us how it's affected his health. Remember, Benjamin Kofi Afre and Kofi Asamoah Siao are spokespersons for Gold Coast Fund Management, and they are with us in studio to answer any questions Michael or you have out there listening to us. Let's take the Joy Business Minute. When we come back, we hear more of Michael's story, and then you tell us yours.
Welcome to the Joy Business Minute. My name is Daryl. I'm with Karen. Ghana's largest beverage manufacturer, Casapreco, has lost over $2 million in revenue to the closure of the Nigerian-Benin border. The export market is the hardest hit as Nigerian authorities could not tell when they will open the border to allow genuine goods to enter their country.
There is good news for internet lovers as government has announced the commencement of 5G trials in the country within the coming year. This was revealed in Accra by the Minister of Communications, Eslo Uso-Kufo.
The Ghana Airports Company Limited has debunked rumors of privatizing the Kotoka International Airport. There were media reports that it was working to hand over Kotoka and other airports to the country to a private firm, TAB Airport Holdings Company Limited.
And Deloitte LLP has become the latest international company dragged into South Africa's government-linked corruption scandals. State-owned power utility Eskom said it wants the accountancy and advisory firm to return $14 million that it alleges were overpriced contracts.
And that'll be all for this morning.
Catch us again at 3:06.
My name is Sergeant Kofi. You are my eyes and my ears in our fight against crime and terrorism in your community. If you see anything suspicious, please say something. Call the police toll-free number 18555.
This public service announcement is brought to you by your friends at Joy FM. Hashtag, if you see something, say something.
Sometimes, musical perfection comes from collaboration. A collection of talented individuals can create something beautiful. And this is also true in life, because when we work together, the result can be exceptional. That's why Fidelity Bank will always be by your side to help you achieve your goals. You and Fidelity, because together we are so much more.
Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
Yango, oh yeah, let's go, Yango. So just get a ride and feel so good with Yango.
Yango, let's go. Hey, Bob Ray. Oh, Charlie, but why you vex like that? Charlie, I vex rough. I bought a car with insurance from my friend Jay. You know he's relocating abroad, right? Some ugly trotros scratched my brand new second-hand car so bad. And you won't believe my insurance say I don't have insurance, so they won't pay. They lie back. But hold on, bro. Why? You don't know say insurance no be transferable? Oh, how? You must be kidding, right? I am very serious. Motor insurance no be transferable. Insurance companies pay claims per when it be genuine. You won't believe this, but on a daily basis, insurance companies pay an average of 1.6 million Ghana cedis claims on motor insurance alone, plus all other insurance claims paid too. Now multiply that by 365 days. Oh, Charlie, give me a second. Let me receive this phone call. Yeah, hello.
Dad, I'm here to argue my case for a family holiday.
Later.
3 words. Emirates special offer.
4 words. Get my laptop now. Make an easy decision and seize the moment. Enjoy great fares and more. Book by 4th November 2019. Visit emirates.com/gh. Conditions apply. Fly Emirates. Fly better.
UMB was established in 1972 as the premier bank for the corporate and private sector in Ghana. From our very beginning, as the only Ghanaian bank serving all categories of businesses, we set a standard for excellence and innovation over the past 45 years. We've built a financially healthy and strong bank, demonstrated our commitment to our customers and to growing businesses, and exhibited originality and innovation at every turn. At UMB, our focus is built around people, service, products, and technology. These are the key to our present success and our future triumphs. At UMB, we're poised to make a difference not only with our customers, but also in the banking industry. We invite you to share in our future. Our future starts now with you.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
So long I have been in Babylon.
5 minutes past 9. This is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Thanks for staying with us. Michael Lamte has a plea, not only to God but also to Gold Coast Fund Management, because he and his family have invested a total of 200,000 Ghana cedis. Benjamin Kofi Afre and Kofi Astiamoah will be answering his questions, including yours, listening to us. We'll hear the rest of Michael's story in a moment. Kingdom Books and Stationery offers a 30-day credits facility with no interest charge and free delivery within Accra, Tema and surrounding towns. Call us on 0302 764 101 or 762 307 or visit kingdomgh.com. Kingdom Books and Stationery, your number one stop shop for all office essentials, stationery and furniture. Remember, we have branches all over the country. And the Barclays Ultimate Account pays you a 3-month retrenchment insurance cover in the unlikely event of you losing your job. The Barclays Ultimate Account offers you a complete package for all your banking needs. With a flat monthly fee, you get so much more for free. Free funeral insurance cover for up to 6 family members, free hospital cashback in case of hospitalization, free travel insurance cover for up to 300,000 Ghana cedis. Visit the nearest Barclays branch or our Facebook page. Terms and conditions apply. Barclays, part of the ABSA family. Let's hear the rest of Michael Lamte's story. But remember, you can send in your message. The men to answer your questions are in studio. 0244 340 437. That's the WhatsApp and Telegram number. Tweet at us at Joy997FM. Go on our Facebook page, Joy 99.7 FM.
Security and Exchange Commission. In fact, Reverend Obambi, we had a meeting with him, and I told Obambi that, you know what, I think it's a crime to invest in, fact, to a Ghanaian to invest is a crime. I told Obambi that. He was like, Mike, I said, yes. Because this is my hard-earned money, my toil, and this is what I'm going through. Why? You, SEC, you have this motto as ensuring investors' security. You are to guarantee my security, me the investor, and that's what I'm going through. I've been to SEC. In fact, we've been to SEC. Initially, we were doing I was doing individual thing. Then we get, no, it's not working. We form groups. We've been to SEC several times, letters, meetings. We've met all from the north to south of SEC. Nothing is happening. In fact, I have been to Gold Coast, all their offices, the asylum down, everywhere. The one at airport. To no avail, my brother. Now I don't know where to go to. Don't know who to turn to. You go to the office, you won't even see anybody there. I took my mother-in-law, but I drove her to the office. They said, oh, okay, 3 to 5 years, something, they take the form and fill. The most annoying thing, not even an officer talking to you, a security man will come and that is enough, that ends it. So I had to bring the old woman back. Danny, it might interest you to know that the old woman, she experienced the pyramid. So when it comes to investment, it's a no-go area for her.
But if you hadn't told her...
Thank you. The money will be in her account by now.
How do you feel when she looks at you?
Very sad and bad. It's not easy.
Has she ever told you she's not happy about it?
One thing I always thank God is this. God blessed me with a good wife, an understandable wife, and a mother-in-law. She understands, she knows the situation. Yes. But that doesn't mean she's human. Yes. That doesn't mean that she would also think, oh, because they're not. No, it's not.
But how is she getting by?
You know, she's an hypertension person. Yes. So we try to manage it. As we speak, my brother, let me show you something. And we have the records here. Please read this thing for me.
Okay, so this one says the A brief clinical history. Well, it's the name of patient Michael Lamptey, X-ray request form. Fascicular block, newly diagnosed hypertension.
See, that is what I've been diagnosed of. I went to the hospital, the doctor tested, in fact, not even a doctor, the nurse, the one was like, gentleman, do you have hypertension in your family or BP? I said, no. I said, by then they had already done about 4 times. And the records that, the woman sees on the screen was 190, 180. So, 190, 180. So then on the 5th distance, what she did was, she gave me, Philippidin, some tabs, 2 tabs to take instantly, asked me to. But then I sat there for like an hour before they even went for my things, and then I got my time because it was a long distance. What happened? I had been experiencing headache for almost for a week.
Wow.
And why? Because I don't sleep.
Thinking about the money.
Thinking.
No,
I didn't know that all these things were kind of having effect or, affecting my system. So, yes. So just you can see the last week I went to the hospital.
This is the 8th of October,
Thank
2019.
You. Already by then I've already run series of tests. I had to go and do ECG, and the doctor says, so, as you can see, this shows that there's a problem with my heart. So I still have to go and run another report.
What did the doctors tell you is the reason for this condition?
So after the nurse giving me the medicine, I sat there for an hour. She came, tested it again, and this time it has reduced to 170, 150. So I couldn't, the nurse said, okay, now I can go and see that. So then the nurse took me to the doctor. When the doctor saw that, the first question she asked, do you think a lot? I was like, because looking at my age, just 41. Yes, there's been record of years, and so once she asked about my lifestyle, what I do, exercise, being a civil servant at work, I go to the gym at times, but for some time I've not been going to the gym. So she said, okay, then whatever. She doesn't want to ask what I've been thinking about, but I should, for now, put a stop to it. Stop thinking. But then the question is, can I stop thinking?
Can you? That's just what I was
That's the question. Can I?
It will be making no shit.
Can I stop thinking? When?
Do the kids notice that there's a problem?
The day I took this thing I got to the house, my first daughter came in. Daddy, what is wrong with you? This X-ray, do you have a problem with your heart? 6-year-old girl. I lied on my bed. You can imagine the scene. My brother, I'm going through a lot, but it's difficult, but you have to be a man, because I'm the man of the house. Yes.
So how are you able to support them now? A large chunk of your money is gone.
So we now depend on my only salary, the meager salary, civil servant salary. Should something happen to me, God forbid today, I don't have any support anywhere. I don't have anything to fall on, my brother.
Do you get into financial difficulty sometimes?
Yes. At times it's difficult to say it.
How do you make ends meet when those days come?
Many a times I fall on my wife.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
You see, I go to her and it is, give me a loan, I'll pay back. And she knows. Yeah. She has been my pillar ever since. Sometimes I wonder why a Ghanaian, someone who just wants to enjoy life in the future, why do I have to go through this trauma? Most of the times, I say, okay, as for me, at least I'm still working. I do get something. What about the millions out there? I mean, the pensioners. My brother. People are dying. A young man, as you can see, hypertension. You can imagine what is happening to the many out there. And or not that, I don't know, Indom is not aware of this. He's very much aware. I don't know if the president is not aware of this. I believe recently, that was about, was it 3 days ago, you experienced, the demonstration, yes.
Have you ever joined any of these demonstrators? Have you been moved to hit the streets?
Yes. In fact, we have a group, this is one of the members, we've tried several times. But, Indom is a smart guy. Anytime a group tries to organize a demonstration or something, one, he has a good PR. I don't want to, yes, so they will find a means to kind of penetrate through the group. Either they will break the front or cause some. That's what they've been doing. Yes.
What are you going to do?
That's the question. What can I do? If Security and Exchange Commission was supposed to ensure my protection, it's not doing anything. What can I do? A poor Ghanaian, a civil servant. What can I do? Go to the courts? Yes, Indom knows very well that if he comes west, they say, okay, go to the court. And if you go to the court, it's not that you're going to get it today or tomorrow. We all know the procedure. And even going to the court too, it needs money, my brother. As I'm told you, I've tried, getting in touch with the lawyer. But the amount that was mentioned, I'm already, kind of handicapped. I can't afford a lawyer. So what can I do? All I need is my money. I don't want anything. My money, which will enable me to be the man in the house that I come from, or what I do. I just want my money to enable me to function and perform well as a man, as a father of the house. It got to a point, in fact, my old woman, my in-law told, okay, I'm not interested in the interest. I want my principal. Take the interest. Just give me my principal, because ever since the woman that we put our money in that step, we've not even gone for a penny. Why?
So I get the impression that your self-esteem as an individual and as the breadwinner of the house is affected.
Yes.
Has your relationship with your wife been affected?
As a wife, we know that for better, for worse. So, in good time and in bad time, we stay together. So my wife understands. She knows. So, we still have a good relationship. I don't want to take that for granted. Yes.
Is she worried about the illness?
Yes, very, very much. Very much worried about it. So at times she will come to me, forget about this, and stop thinking. Are you not the one who's been kind of encouraging us, talking to my mother, and now look at. But the question is, can I? Yes, I can't. In her presence, I'll say yes, I can. But when I go to the room and sleep, I can't sleep.
Heartbreaking story there, told us by Michael Lamte. We want to hear your story as well, because we know that he's not the only customer of Gold Coast Securities or Gold Coast Fund Management who is having to go through this. So I'm going to open the phone lines very quickly. 0302 216 541 0302 216 541. Ben Kofi Afre and Kofi Asamoah are in the studio. They are here to listen to you first before they address your concerns. So you can call on 0302 216 541.
Oh yes, everything I tried.
Good morning. Hi, Daniel. Laws in Ghana don't work. I invested, so this is not Gold Coast. I invested at Supreme Trust Capital located at Sakumono. And for 2 years, not even a penny has been paid. The MD is arrogant. In fact, the money is for my adopted mother through an insurance claim payment. Now, I have to give her my own money anytime she needs it because I can't afford to disappoint her. The Securities and Exchange Control does not exist simply. This is Philip from Sakumono. Yawintama says, as much as I empathize with this guy, we should know about the basics about investment. There are risks and there are returns, and returns are not guaranteed perpetually. As for fund managers, be careful of their sweet, well-read fine print. We'll speak to Michael's lawyer very shortly. We'll speak to Michael's lawyer. Good morning, Daniel. We are suffering. We, the suffering masses of Gold Coast, are many. Some of us are already on pension. There's no second chance for us. So where is the money we have saved in small bits for over 30 years? Earnings as salaries that most of us do not have the time to take home. Okay, before my right, Emmanuel is calling us from Kumasi. Emmanuel, how much did you invest in the KNUST branch?
Yeah, I invested at the KNUST branch.
How much?
I invested 100,000. My mom also invested 60,000. For 1 year now, we have not received our principal, neither have we received our interest. We've had several deliberations with them, and as it stands now, you go to the KNUST branch and it's only left with the manager. There is no staff to attend to you. We've written to the presidency, we have written to Gold Coast Fund Management, and we have petitioned the Securities and Exchange Commission to no avail. So we don't know why this issue of national importance is being given a deaf ear, because Gold Coast is regulated by Securities and Exchange Commission. But we have other things that were not so much regulated, but they were given national attention. So we are by this agency and the demonstrations that have gone on, calling to the government to come to our aid. We haven't committed any crime. We haven't before. These are our hard-earned monies that we chose to invest for it to help the country. And if this is how we are going to be treated, then where lies the future of our country? If Ghanaians are supposed to die because of our monies that are locked up, which one person is taking undue advantage? Dr. Papa Kwesindo. One person is taking undue advantage. Please, Joy FM, do not relent on this issue.
Emmanuel, do you mind sharing your full name with us? Or you want to hold it and tell Papa?
For confidential reasons, I don't want to share my full name with you.
Hold on and tell Papa, okay? Because the men in studio want to take your name. Agnes is calling from Tema. Please, when you call, give Papa your full name. Papa will pick the call. Give him your full name, and then we'll push them forward to our men in studio. Agnes, you invested 34,000 Ghana cedis?
Yes.
That's a lot.
And then, upon several complaints to the Securities and Exchange from April, I think, I was pregnant. So upon persistent complaints, they called for hearings. Mr. Afre would remember this because I'd given birth then. So someone had to represent me. They entered into payment schedule with me. They paid the first tranche and they reneged on their promise. I've made several complaints to the securities and they are telling me to go to court. How do I go to court? I invested because I was planning on conceiving, so I needed my money. To date, I'll plead with them to pay my money. I don't have the energy, the strength, and all it takes to go to court. I plead with them to pay the rest of my money, please. Mr. Afra, I'm sure he knows it.
Agnes, thanks for calling. 25 minutes past 9. Joseph is calling from New Ebri. Good morning, Joseph.
Yeah, good morning.
Let's hear you.
Okay. You see, this issue about Gold Coast, I believe it's most unfortunate. Okay. We all know Gold Coast was well regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission. And that was why a lot of us sent our hard-earned money to that firm. You see, recently after the demonstration, we had the manager in your studio, which was Mr. Xiao, saying that they have invested our monies into government projects through contractors. My point is that in the investment world, when somebody comes in to do a short-term investment, how on earth can you say that you invested that 3 months bill or that 6 months investment into a 5-year project of government? I mean, why should that be? And the most unfortunate part of this whole story is the way and manner the Securities and Exchange Commission have virtually slept on the job. We don't know the controls and we don't know the monitoring mechanisms they adopted, for which we, the customers, find ourselves as the victims. And just to add this more one point, in a meeting that we had with the Securities and Exchange Commission, they told us that Gold Coast has come to inform them that they have been having problems retrieving loans that they gave out to businesses. And for that matter, until they are able to retrieve those monies from these businesses, it will be difficult for them to pay us. The question we are asking is that, as at the time we were sending our money to Gold Coast Fund Management, did they tell us that businesses were owing them? And for that matter, we shouldn't bring our money there?
Interesting question you have there. We'll take one more caller from Kumasi, Vincent. Vincent, how much did you invest?
I said 6,000 for this.
6,000 CDs?
Yes.
Wow. What did they tell you when you try and withdraw the money?
I went there, they didn't tell me anything.
No, I mean, surely you must have had someone take your name down or something.
Yes, we went there. When I went there, they just told us that is from the beginning. They just told us that we should write our detail and then they will send the money into our account.
When was
that
this?
Is what they told us.
When was this?
That is in the Dumba, somewhere, I think June, thereabout. That is what they told us. In the Doom, I filled a form in the Doom. I fill a form in a Doom branch.
Vincent, thanks for calling, and we'll try and get... Okay, so lawyer for Michael Lamte, you heard him say earlier that he engaged the services of a lawyer, has called us Samson Ladi Ayenini. Good morning, Samson.
Good morning, Dan.
Yes, so you were telling us earlier that Michael didn't tell us all the efforts that he has been making in trying to retrieve the monies and some of the challenges that he faced.
Right. So I really wish I had the opportunity to hear the representatives of the company who are in the studio, because I can tell you straightforward that you don't need them in the studio, and they will offer practically nothing. As a lawyer, I am trained not to show emotions when I am dealing with clients' issues. So my client actually was going to call into your studio and to challenge certain matters that you had referred to in your introduction about some special arrangements to take care of his situation. He spoke to me, and I discovered that his condition was not good enough. So he said he still wants to put that out there. So that's how come I got in touch with you, and we are talking now. Now, Daniel, to start with, I know a good number of people. I know people who have retired and who have put their entire savings into this thing. And as we speak, some of them are literally dying because they depended on these monies. And now, for almost a year, at the start, some of them had hopes, but it got to a point that some of them appear to be losing hope. And what worsens what is going on is this, Daniel. It's very insulting, I must say. The Gold Coast people and whoever their subsidiaries are don't appear to have any coordinated approach that is sympathetic of their clients, the clients who give them job, who give them business, the clients whose monies, ensure that they were able to take care of their families and live reasonably comfortable lives. And this is what it is. Some of them made approach by themselves. They were giving very flimsy excuses, no practical approach to recovering their money, because at a point, simply recovering their principals was what was necessary, or even a part of it was what was important to them. Not to talk about their interest and all that had accrued, their investment interest. So they get fed up at a point, then they decide to get to lawyers, and lawyers write to them. And I can say without a shred of doubt, without a scintilla of doubt, that the people you are about to speak to are so heartless. When you write to them, I say that with evidence, so don't ask me to moderate how I say it. When you write to them on behalf of your clients, I'm talking for a number of people, not just Mike and his wife and in-law. Now, when you write to them, from my firm, I can speak for that in that direction. Not a single correspondence gone to them has been replied, but many correspondences have gone to them, including reminder notices to them. They don't dignify it with a simple acknowledgement. Now, Mike was telling you that he got to the point where he had to institute an action in court. But even that, he doesn't have what it takes to pay the basic fees. The basic fees that he needs to pay to file his case in court. He doesn't have that money. Okay? And even to the point when lawyers are ready to assist them, even on a basis that doesn't come with any benefit to the lawyers, these people are struggling to look for the money just to file their cases. Ask them, when was the last time they replied any of their clients, including Mike? When was the last time they acknowledged any of the reminder notices? Look,
it's a very tough situation. I'm sure that your clients are in and you are, but let's give some time at least to our guests from Gold Coast Securities, Gold Coast Fund Management, to try and respond to some of these concerns. And Sam Zaladi, private legal practitioner there, speaking to us. Ben Kofi Afre and Kofi Asamoah. We try to make it as much as possible an audience conversation. So what is your response? Mr. Samuasian, to what you've heard, everyone has basically one concern. Where's my money?
Yes, Didi, thank you very much for the opportunity. We're grateful for the documentary. We're grateful for the demonstration that happened and the issues that is genuinely affecting Gold Coast customers are now in the public domain. What Samson just did, and I think I need to address that quickly before I move into my main point addressing the customers. He basically did what he said he won't do. Been too emotional about it and inciting customers against officers of Gold Coast. It's completely unfair. And I think that is the least I can say for now. He shouldn't do that. Now, the point is that we have listened to the production. Everything the gentleman is saying is valid. He represents numerous, in fact, thousands of customers with different similar conditions such as this one that the company is taking steps to address. But it's an overwhelming situation because it is kind of something that is happening in crisis times. Now, these revelations that are going on is good to the extent that it will allow us to proffer solutions, get the people who matter to be able to take concrete decisions, to be able to address them. And regulators are involved, ministries are involved, the presidency are involved, and so on and so forth. So it's good that it's coming up. We want to also acknowledge the resilience of our customers, the patience, the calmness, the civility, and so on. There have been a few instances where anger and emotions have played out. But if you look at the number of customers that we deal with and the monies that we are talking about, it's an insignificant number in terms of the infractions that we may be worried about. But they are genuine pain people are going through, and it's our fault and it's our responsibility, and we take it squarely.
What are these special arrangements you are making?
Before I go there, permit me to say that all of a sudden, a 25-year company finds itself in crisis. So we need to look at why. Something simple happened. There was a directive for a certain changeover of the nature of businesses that fund managers do. Gold Coast, being the biggest fund manager and with the largest customers, obviously will be the hardest hit. So some discussions, and I listened to an interview with the DG or SEC, has to guaranteed returns must be discontinued. This is a situation where the market, if you listen to the interview that you granted, the gentleman admits that there was a credible institution he put money in and he was relying on returns and so on. Now, when the market is used to a certain type of product and there's a sudden disruptive order or directive, this is what happened. It caused this. There was disability or destabilization. So Gold Coast is now a victim of circumstances. Now that's the directive. Now the directive resulted in panic withdrawals, huge one. So in all of this, we were mindful of liquidity management over the past years, and that is why people didn't experience these levels of non-payment of their redemptions. Now, when that happened, there was huge panic withdrawal, and before August of last year, we had paid cash to people who needed them, came for their money, up to 1.4 billion Ghana cedis as a result of the economic policies and circumstances that the SEC introduced into the system. Now, any financial institution will have a shake. So that is the situation. We have been...
You are saying that this is because in 2016, SEC wrote a letter to all the fund managers asking them to stop promising specific percentages when you make an investment.
And it culminated in 2018. There was an order by June of last year for all fund managers to wind up within 6 months. Now look at a 25-year business portfolio and you give a window of 6 months to everything to be winded up. You create problems. There was destabilization, and that is what Gold Coast is suffering from. Now beyond that, we need to solve the problem. Now, how do we solve this problem of panic withdrawal?
Mr. Samuasian, I would ask that you hold on just a moment for me. I just want to take a quick break. When I come back, we'll continue. Stay with us. This is the Super Morning Show.
In the morning before you start your day,
Good day, my one and only human resource manager.
Good day, Abner.
It just occurred to me, now that our colleague is no more, what's going to happen to his wife and children?
Oh, that one. The company has a unique Glyco Group comprehensive insurance cover for staff. And the good news is that Glyco Life has already paid a claim for our late colleague, so his family will be well taken care of financially.
Wow, this is so relieving to hear.
Yes, the Glyco Group comprehensive plan provides a 24-hour adequate group life cover for employees or members of associations. Should any employee be injured in an accident, suffer disability, terminal diseases like heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, or even death, Glyco Group comprehensive plan will pay substantial benefits to them or their beneficiaries. Moreover, the plan also takes care of our company's legal liability under the Workmen's Compensation Act. Abner, close your mouth.
Amazing. Keep up the good work.
So, my fellow corporate human resource managers and executives, call Glyco Life on 020-222-113 or 050-125-6336. Email to customer services at glycogroup.com or grouplife@glycolife.com to have your employees covered under the Glyco Group Comprehensive Plan.
Sometimes, musical perfection comes from collaboration. A collection of talented individuals can create something beautiful. And this is also true in life, because when we work together, the result can be exceptional. That's why Fidelity Bank will always be by your side to help you achieve your goals. You and Fidelity, because together we are so much more.
Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
But the recent test shows your cholesterol level has normalized. You've stopped eating those fatty foods, eh?
Doc, in Chichirina. Oh, I've reduced it significantly.
That's very good.
Mara made change in my diet input. I now eat beans, garden eggs, okra, and the likes.
Really nice.
And when I cook with oil, I add required amounts of Frital vegetable oil to taste. It's a cholesterol-free oil and fortified with vitamin A.
Well done, Madam Achiba.
She. Mara Mabino. Mabin Dread. Enjoy great tasting meals with Frital, your cholesterol-free cooking oil fortified with vitamin A. Frital. Love your food, love your life. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hello, welcome to the News in Brief from the Registrar General's Department. In the headlines, the Registrar General's Department is serving notice that if you are operating a business, company, church, association, a fan club, then it must be registered. The Registrar General's Department has not commissioned registration agents to help with registration of companies or assist with the renewal of business certificates. Disregard any telephone calls requesting for mobile money payments for and on behalf of a Registrar General's Department. Please ensure that you make all payments personally at the Fidelity Bank on site or through our online payment platform. For more information, log on to www.rgdeservices.com. We are located in Accra near the Tema station.
It is Christmas. Oh, yeah. When dreams come true, it's Christmas. Oh, yeah. For me and you to make a wish.
What do you want for Christmas? A new car, a vacation, or expand your business? Make your wish and have it come true in the 100 days of Christmas with a Republic Bank Christmas loan. The Republic Christmas loan is quick, easy, and so affordable with super fast turnaround time. Come into any of our 42 branches nationwide. Call or WhatsApp 055-654-3212 or apply online via republicghana.com. Republic Bank, we are the one for you.
Make a wish, let it come true. Republic Bank Christmas loan say it's 100 days of Christmas. 100 days of Christmas.
Foreman, how can I say the screening be smooth, perfect, where it drive fast like that?
Contractor, I always tell you say interface self-leveling screen be the best solution. It drive fast, where they make the job neat. In fact, it pass analog. This be original digital interface self-leveling screen.
Hey, babe, I hear you, Interface man.
Interface Limited is the leading supplier and installer of finishing input materials for the building and construction industry in Ghana. Call us on 0274-9999 or visit our website at www.interfacelimited.com.
The agenda is set. Business and Financial Times brings to you the Ghana Economic Forum 2019 under the auspices of the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Bank of Ghana, and the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. On the 30th of October 2019 at the Tang Palace Hotel, we will bring together industry stakeholders and leaders to discuss and debate issues affecting Ghana and Africa at large. Theme: Sustaining Financial and Economic Stability, the key priority. Proudly brought to you by Barclays Absa Group and supported by Talo Ghana, ADB Ghana, MPS Ghana, Exim Bank Ghana, Virod Capital Management, and KPMG Ghana as knowledge partners. Call 020-945-7427 or visit GhanaEconomicForum.com for participation. GEF is powered by the Business and Financial Times.
Super Morning Show. Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
And it's 14 minutes till we hit the top of the hour. This is still the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. I am forced to live with my children now because I cannot live and pay my bills in Ghana after a 2-year post-pension contract with a university ended. This is not the life I had expected after hard years of work. I'm a victim and I feel so helpless. The Edun branch is closed. There's no one to talk to. The representatives in studio are not going to help us in any way. All we need is our money. Please ask Mr. Afre what they are doing about those with smaller monies between 5,000 and 20,000 Ghana cedis. Sometimes you don't know who to blame because even if you have SNIT, at least they should invest in these private institutions which also take care of us in our pension times. Idris Jr. tweeted at us here. All right. Samson Ladi wants to make a quick comment. Samson, please, you have a comment to make about the special arrangements. Please make it for us in a minute.
Okay. So this is the nature of the special arrangement you spoke about, that they have told you that they have entered with my client, one of my clients, that is Mike, who you interviewed. Now, Mike tells me that Fifi Kumsin of Joy FM called him Friday and told him that somebody wanted to make a contact, obviously because you were about to do this story. And when I listened to him throughout, all they have been interested in is so that he doesn't go to the media. I only tuned in this morning and realized he was talking and discovered that he had actually granted you guys an interview. So he quickly followed the instructions. He went to see one Frank, who is supposed to be aide to Indum. Then Frank directed him to go and see one Nana Esiedu, who is supposed to be at the Gold Coast Holdings. And this is the arrangement the gentleman told him. He, Nana Esiedu, was going to use his salary, his monthly salary, to try and sort him out. You check the insult. His salary is what he's going to use to try and sort him out. How is this? How to arrange?
Samson, I don't know. It sounds 200,000 Ghana cedis from someone's personal salary.
Dan, I am simply telling you that they are not serious about it. If they were serious in the first place, ask them when this client started writing to them. And you mentioned SEC. SEC has been doing very well. But you know how well they have been doing? They simply have a certain automated process. They have a letter sitting there. Once you write, because the laws also require you to make reference to them before you go to court. Once you write, that's not compulsory anyway. Once you write and you bring them in the picture, they generate that thing, put your client's name on it, and send it to you. This is what it says. That thank you for getting in touch with us, blah, 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 and informing us. We will await your updating us on what happens. That's all they do. Wait for you to update them. They don't do anything else.
Right.
Samson, at least they reply you immediately.
Samson, thanks.
Yes.
Like you said, we had a minute to deal with what you were saying about the special arrangement. Thanks for joining the conversation anyway. So, yes, Afraid wants to make it.
Yes. And good morning to all of us. Look, it's unfortunate some of the comments from Samson, because see, I think that as a lawyer, at least you should have verified this information first. Nowhere has anybody claimed that they're going to use their salary to pay the customer. You have said that the customer has been trying to reach Gold Coast and hasn't been successful, but got in touch with somebody who then connected him to the company. There are 2 different investments the customer has. Is Samson aware of that? It is one of that investment that I am aware of that Nana Seidu that he mentions is taken care of, because Nana Seidu is a manager of that particular product, and the customer's request hadn't come to him. So how then do you come on air and claim that somebody says he's going to use his salary to go and pay? On what basis are you going to make that comment? But look, be that as it may, I have seen the steps the company...
So I saying it did not happen?
Nana Seidu has never said anywhere that he's going to use his salary to pay the customer. But how are you going to reconcile that?
Nana Seidu handles only a part of...
He handles the funds. That's what I'm saying. Samson does not have all the information. There are like 4 or 5 different funds that we have. This customer has more than one investment that he has.
In his own name.
In his own name. So what Nana Seidu is doing...
So Nana Seidu handles one of his investments.
And I got information that Nana Seidu hadn't got the request of the customer until this matter came up. But I am aware that he's working to resolve it. And I'm hopeful that before the week closes, that will be resolved. Okay. But the point I want to make is that it is unfair. Look, these are emotional times. They are difficult times. But we shouldn't stoke it with things that are not untrue. You understand? As I talk to you, the company, something says we don't have any arrangement for any special cases. I know that the company put an arrangement for emergency cases. Now, I can imagine the idea was that 2 people will not have the same difficulty. There will be one who may have an extreme difficulty who we could help. I have seen almost about 2 million cedis paid out to people like that. And I have a list of people, there are different cases, some of them terrible, that we're able to reach out and help. It wasn't because we were insensitive. But looking at the situation and the fact that you didn't have everything available to pay, we wanted to take out those who had critical emergencies and help. Unfortunately, because of that arrangement, everybody then said they have an emergency. How then do you deal with 1 million people who have an emergency or 100,000 people who have an emergency? You understand? But if we had gone according to the plan that we had, anybody who had any critical emergency could have been helped and quickly. And I have seen people who have undergone surgery, people who have gone through different things. Work? Even though we haven't entirely scrapped it, what we are doing is that anytime there are such emergency cases, we see how we go the extra mile to help. But if you take that away, then the plan that we have going forward in terms of payment, as I talk to you, I was showing you a file that there are payments that we are making to customers of smaller accounts because we are not getting all the big funds immediately. So we are saying that, look, whatever little money that we get, let us take it and pay somebody. I can talk to you, I can tell you that if we have, say, 20,000 today, we'll be able to pay, if you look at the category of customers, there are almost maybe 15, 30 people can pay at a go. So we are making that arrangement to pay those with smaller amounts, and then we'll gradually move it up.
But you had a meeting with a group of customers.
We have had meetings with several groups of customers.
Yes, and you agreed
several arrangements.
You agreed on a payment plan with them.
Yes,
that payment plan was not honored.
It is not accurate. Look, for example, I think Agnes made a comment.
Did you not meet with a group of clients and tell them that you are going to pay them gradually from May 2019? Michael Lamte is one of those customers.
I cannot speak to that because I don't know.
Yes, so
but what I know,
you can't say it's accurate on
Daniel. What I know is that the group of customers we've met and agreed with, we have a payment arrangement that we are following through. I'm aware of that. There are cases that has gone to court. Something claims that all that SEC does is just to issue letters, and that is also untrue. I have sat through hearings at SEC. We've agreed, and SEC has sanctioned the agreement we've reached with the customer, and we have begun paying. I have numerous cases of that. So it cannot be that SEC is... Look, I'm not defending SEC, and I'm only speaking the facts because I have been part of some of the resolutions. So it's not as if I'm speaking out of nothing. I have sat through a lot. In a week, you could go through up to about 50 cases at SEC. And I have seen resolutions. Of course, we don't resolve we are unable to reach resolutions for all of them. But for those that we have, even though we may not have been able to follow through entirely to the end, but we've begun, and any time there is money, we'll continue the arrangement. if you look at that, if you look at the other arrangement we are paying for the smaller customers, because what we've done is to segment them so that as money comes, we can pay off. I can tell you, if we get up to even about 30 million, half of the entire portfolio will be wiped out. About in terms of number, not in terms of value. In terms of number, we can pay half of the entire portfolio out and then deal with those with bigger amounts. And that is what we are doing now. That practical step to do that. So what we are doing is there are recoveries that are gradually coming through. There are payments that are gradually coming from government. We're expecting that more will come. There are assets that we are putting up for sale. And as we recover, then we pay. There are judgments that we are executing. As those funds are executed or those judgments are executed and auctions are done, those funds will be used to pay customers as well. It is difficult.
Mr. Afre, thank you.
We have to be honest.
Mr. Afre, thank you. I need to make this point that this is not a conversation we can finish today. So we'll crave your indulgence. Join us tomorrow and let's finish it up. But we'll need to take a quick comms break now and go to Kumasi. Stay with us. This is the Super Morning Show.
When you wake up in the morning before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for a great start to your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
We always start our day with a nourishing Kellogg's breakfast, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. Kellogg's makes a great tasting breakfast for all of us.
Now also available at just $1 Ghana cedi. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
It's been a year of God's continuous goodness, peace, and abundant blessings. Come, let's say thank you together at this year's MTN Stands in Worship as we are led into God's presence by Selena Boateng, Kwesi Oteng, Sisi Chum, Joe Metal, Elder Mriku, Akese Brimpong, Koda, Diana Hamilton, and from Nigeria, Prosper Ochimana, the Akuame Hitmaker, happening on Saturday, 2nd of November at the Fantasy Dome, Trade Fair, La, 4 p.m. sharp. Dial *713*6# to purchase your tickets at 20 Ghana cedis and 50 Ghana cedis. All proceeds will be donated to charity. So, join us, say thank you to God for his goodness. And to set your favorite artist's song as your caller tune, just dial *1355# to download at only 26 pesos for 60 days.
Has the production of Black Gold benefited Ghana and Ghanaians? Joy Business presents a town hall meeting themed 10 years of commercial oil production in Ghana, challenges and prospects for the future. The event comes off on Monday, 28 October 2019 at the Mövenpick Ambassador Hotel in Accra. Time, 9 a.m. The event will bring together key stakeholders in Ghana's oil and gas sector to review the successes and challenges of the past decade and set the course for the future of the sector and Ghana's development. The Joy Business Town Hall meeting on oil and gas is strictly by invitation. To participate, call 0546 303 435. The Joy Business Town Hall meeting is brought to you by Joy 99.7 FM and Joy News with support from Media Foundation for West Africa. This event will be live on Joy News and Joy 99.7 FM.
TV and syndicated capture at the Gargantuan Xmas hamper at the Brobi Biara. 150 Ghana cedi per Ubenya quality advanced S2 decoder, satellite dish, antenna, any LMB. Bring enter hamper biakako to hamper Bekabusiana Koma, Nadia ni Jabramo. And it just some say Yama over 100 world class TV and radio channels. Albania sports, news, telenovelas, and then quadra programs are who do P. Quality advanced S2 decoder, and over voltage protector, auto scan. 1 year warranty. Any USB slot, auto pen drive, best shower action movies, so. Frana Jodiesia, our 0302 242532 and now 0501 529937. Mrs. Subium 0302 242532 and now 0501 529937. Where are your multi TV Gargantuan X Max hamper? Mabushana ni abra 150 Ghana cedi per quality.
Everywhere you turn, there's a mother, a father, a sister, or a brother who has been affected by breast cancer.
No one is immune to breast cancer, neither old nor young, rich or poor, weak or strong.
Hope is the bridge that connects cancer and recovery. Don't give up your courage to fight.
Fighting breast cancer takes everyone. One team, one dream. Let's find a cure.
It's real. It's not a myth. 1 in 8 women and 1 in 1,000 men will develop breast cancer at some point in their lives.
Get screened. Early detection saves lives. Check often and encourage those you love to do same.
Know your risk. Talk to both sides of your family to learn about your family health history.
Knowing it exists isn't enough. Get informed. Pass it on.
Exercise is also beneficial to breast cancer survivors.
Pink is stronger than you think. Join the hashtag Pink October. It's a Pink October on the Cosmopolitan Mix on your superstation, Joy 99.7 FM.
Morning Show. Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
It's 2 minutes past 10, and there's no news at the top of the hour. I'm sure you would understand the gravity of the issue that we are dealing with requires that we extend the time just a bit. And but let's thank our friends from Afrodan. Your back must last you a lifetime. And Glyco Critical Illness Plan GCFM. Glyco, we cushion you for life. They brought us the text messages. Before we wrap up with the Gold Coast Securities conversation, and Ben Afre and Kofi Asamoah are still with us in studio. We'll take a quick stop in Kumasi. A very, very bizarre occurrence has been happening there.
Ahana yehu amaye. Emma o memo obi asuro. Enti ye kokroma obi a pese obedru fie ntam visa ade sewa. Wunim de beto. Ana taxi drivers.
De na ma musuro. De na ma musuro.
Na aba ha se no yekunkum nipa tunwura mu ha no. Ba ma kura mema no kura mo ka taxi wa ha no kura musuro nti omo pontem. Ebi so mema ni bi kura na yetimi si omo age omo ka. E de ko. Enti no ama ha yehu pa.
Well, let's speak to Erastus, who joins us on the phone. Erastus, so most of this conversation was in Akan. In a minute, tell us what is happening in Santasi Apre.
Well, a woman is talking about the number of deaths recorded here, ladies who have been killed and dumped in this community, and that is what is scaring them. And she says that many people want to close early and go home because of this. Men and women are very scared. And indeed, it mirrors what is happening here within the Santasi Apre community. It's a fairly large community full of about 3,000 inhabitants. And there is a bush here belonging to a piece of land belonging to the Catholic Archdiocese. And this is where 2 of the ladies were dumped. Their bodies were found the following day in a certain position which is similar to all that we found. In fact, they are in a kneeling position with a wooden bench supporting their chin and the knees. And they are sitting in that position when they were found, naked. And there is a similar one that was dumped some few meters from where I'm standing in a similar position. Another body was found at Heman, making 3. Now 2 men have also been found recently, bringing the tally to 5 bodies found so far within this enclave.
Very bizarre incidents that are happening there, Erastus. Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow we'll find time and try and deal with this issue more comprehensively. These deaths happening in Kumasi really shakes me to the core. Let's come back to the studio and allow our friends from Gold Coast Securities, Gold Coast Funds Management, to wrap up for us. Ben Kofi Afre was speaking, so I'll allow you to wrap up, and then Kofi Asamoah would have a few words. But of course, this conversation will continue tomorrow.
Well, Dan, thank you once again for the opportunity.
When do these people get their money? Like, I think that's the question on their minds, isn't it?
You know,
when did they get their money?
we have been making the efforts to pay. As I talk to you, I know we've paid almost 9,000 people, close to about 206 million over the period. Of course, looking at the size of the customers that we have and the amount involved, it hasn't covered everybody. And that is the truth. You can't run away from that fact. So not everybody has been taken care of. But what we are also saying is that regardless of the fact that not everybody has been taken care of, there are steps we are taking to make sure that happens. So as we've begun, those with smaller amounts, we want to make sure we can take care of all of that, and then we'll move up. As we do that, there are assets that we have gotten out of judgment that we are actually putting on auction. Some of them are quite, in terms of amounts, are very valuable. We are quite positive that as we dispose of these assets, even as we add some of our own assets to sell, we'll be able to raise the needed funds to pay. We are expecting government as well to pay the contractors who owe us. And as that is done, I'm sure the money will go to pay the customers. So we will take every necessary step and action that we need to make sure that whatever payments we receive, whatever monies that we are able to raise, whatever funds that come through, we use it to pay our customers. Look, I must admit, these are very difficult times. Mind you, I'm also a human being. I have friends, I have family, I have acquaintances, I have church members whose funds are here as well. So it cannot be that we will sit here unsympathetic about what is happening. There are difficulties, real difficulties. We have seen the suffering of people. I have encountered people who, look, some descriptions you can't even use. So we can never be insensitive to some of these things.
You mentioned that you have you had a special arrangement. Let me come to Mr. Samasian with that one. You had a special arrangement to take care of some difficulties some of your customers were facing.
Yes.
Okay. I have someone just sent me some forms, some documents she filled. Her father had brain surgery. He's an 88-year-old. She's a 64-year-old herself who is facing some health challenges. And she tells us, well, her name is here, I can't mention it, but she tells it's 28,000 Ghana cedis that she's owed. For people like this, really, what can you tell them?
Look, for people like that, I believe that once that comes to our attention, we're able to help. I can
this
show you.
This came to your attention.
I'm not sure about that, but I have a list of over 100 people whose payment came under the emergency because of the situation. So I'm saying that if this had come to our attention, some help would have
Hello,
gone out
Alice. Hello.
Sorry,
I mentioned the first name. I'm not mentioning the last name. Hello, Alice. Thanks for getting in touch with Gold Coast Fund Management. We are happy to serve you anytime. Should you require any information, please do not hesitate to contact us by responding to this email. You can also reach us either by any of these following email addresses below. Yes. This is the message you send to your customers when you.
For those who use the line that we are giving, we had an email dedicated to that. So for those who use that, that's the response.
She also has forms here that she filled.
Yes. So
she
I can
there.
check.
So,
unfortunately, I wouldn't know the person,
okay.
But I can. Once we are done, I can check. You can give me the details. I'll find out what has been done or what has happened. But the point I'm making is that even in the midst of the crisis, the company had made sure that at least we showed empathy and came forth to assist those who are in that critical need. It's just unfortunate that the idea was to help, especially those in that vulnerable situation. But then everybody then comes and says, I have an emergency. So we are back then to square one. But even within that, we still look out for those who are in that need and help out. That's how I can share with you almost 180 people who have paid almost 2 million Ghana cedis for some of those emergencies. I want to believe that as the company raises more funds from all the sources, the contractors will be paid, the assets that we are selling, all the others, we'll do a lot more, we'll make a lot more payments out to our customers.
Is that someone?
Didi, look, we're looking for solutions. We are not a bunch of heartless people. What we are is that we lack cash to pay the people who need their money for all the legitimate things they want. Now, the question is, the introduction of this emergency arrangement was because of the fact that the cash itself wasn't there. So practically, what do? We have monies with people, businesses, private, public, and so on and so forth that they must pay. It was because of the rush that created the liquidity challenges. So how do you solve it? Significant portion of the money we have is with government of Ghana and directly the Ministry of Finance. And that is why I said from the beginning that I'm happy the demonstrations are going on. And I'm happy that these revelations are going on. And the representatives of the people who are suffering are coming up so that Indom is not a target. Indom is not a problem. The people who give their monies to Indom businesses are the people suffering unnecessarily. So as we speak, the people who went on demonstration have their petition before His Excellency the President. My suggestion is this: what the Security and Exchange Commission is doing with us, we are committed to the process, we are complying with everything, but it comes back to cash, and is the most ineffective way of resolving the matter. So all the hearings that go on the SEC and all the threatening letters and regulatory announcement and orders that they issue directed at Gold Coast cannot solve the problem. What can solve the problem is that the customers have gone to SEC. SEC has come to Gold Coast. Gold Coast says my money is with Ministry of Finance. What do? All you need is to call a meeting of 8 people, the president presiding. On his left-hand side are these customers. The SEC boss is sitting there. Indom is sitting there. And the last person on his left-hand side should be the Minister of Finance. On his right-hand side should be the Vice President and the Senior Minister, Mr. Yaosafo Mafu, right? And the Chief of Staff. And maybe you can add the Attorney General to it. And this matter can be resolved in 1 week. 1 week. All Gold Coast needs is cash liquidity to respond to these demands. 100 million Ghana cedi drop in Gold Coast will resolve these matters in a way that all the customers you are speaking on whose behalf we are here will get their money.
Okay.
If and this is not a help. It's a help we need from government, but it's no free money or it's not a loan. It's not a bailout. It's pay your own commitment to the group.
Thank you very much, Kofi Asamoah-Siao and Ben Kofi Afreh. They are spokespersons for Gold Coast Fund Management. Like we said, this conversation continues tomorrow. My name is Daniel Daze. It's been a very super morning with you. Thanks for allowing me to serve you wherever you are, whether you're in Gambaga or you're here in Accra or you're anywhere across the country. We'll be back tomorrow with another show. Up next is the Cosmopolitan Mix with Mama V Owusu Abuaje. Have a good day.
So we came to check up on you and also give you this gift.